All right, here we are again. It's morning, a very cold, wet, foggy morning to be more specific. And it's run streak day 92, January 3rd, 2023. I haven't really figured out where I'm gonna run. I think I might end up running to the lake and back just because I don't know where else to go. That's not gonna be really muddy and full of traffic. It's very busy downtown today. People are back at work. A lot of cars driving around, a lot of people walking around. So I'm getting away from the downtown area out here on the river on the trail. And it's not super cold. It's like 36 degrees. Ooh, some puddles there. It's like 36 degrees Fahrenheit. Luckily it's not windy, but with the fog, it's kind of like making my camera accumulate a little bit of moisture on the lens. So I got to kind of constantly watch that. Unfortunately, it's a little extra work, but that's all right. So we're keeping today's run not necessarily short. It's probably going to end up being 5 or 6 miles, so it won't be a super short run, but it's not going to be a very fast run. I'm keeping the pace nice and easy. Probably aiming for like 9-minute per mile pace or so, somewhere around there. We'll see how it ends up going anyway. I usually end up going a little faster than I intend to, and of course a little longer than I intend to as well, but we'll see how it goes. It's pretty crazy, all the ice in the river. Right now we're next to the Raccoon River, but also on the Des Moines River, all the ice is melting and breaking apart. And so you just see big chunks of ice floating down the river and then up by the dams. It all gets kind of jammed in there by the dam, and there's just chunks of ice everywhere. It's pretty awesome looking. So last time we were on this trail, I think it was either Christmas Day or the day after Christmas. I can't remember, to be honest. It was right around there. But the entire trail was covered with snow. We had just gotten fresh few inches or whatever. So it's kind of nice to actually see it. It's all paved over, like brand new pavement. They just finished it, so trail's in really good shape. All right, well, it took us 1.94 miles, but we've arrived at the lake here. I'm gonna go around the long way and then probably back through town. Well, maybe I'll take the little bit longer way back just because downtown's real busy and don't know if I want to cut through there, so I might take the MLK trail back. But about a quarter mile ago, oh, I think I gotta cut through the grass here. Oh no, I see the trail over there. About a quarter mile ago, I was running up the trail there and stopped for a second, had a conversation with a homeless gentleman, and you know, bless those folks. It's real hard this time of year for them. So, you know, I may not carry money with me when I'm out running, but if all they want is a conversation, I'll help where I can. He was just looking for his cousin, and I told him I didn't see anybody the way I came. And then he mentioned that there were some homeless camps along the river that were real rowdy. And I did see some tents in the wooded area. That's pretty normal though, to be honest. There's a little bit of homelessness here in Des Moines, but I'm from Portland. But Portland is insane right now, especially. It's so bad there. There's just massive encampments. I'm talking hundreds of cars, hundreds of tents, and they're just all over the city. And I mean, for the most part, I feel bad for those folks. I know some of them, it really is a choice. That's the lifestyle they want to lead. And that's fair enough. Others are just down on their luck and they don't have anywhere to go. And so they go into these camps, and those camps out in Portland are dangerous, or they can be. You gotta watch yourself. People running by there, especially like young women, kids, people who are vulnerable to attack, basically. There's always reports of people getting hurt. You know, you just gotta watch yourself. For the most part though, I will say, any of the homeless people I've ever encountered in Des Moines have all been friendly. The drugs and stuff aren't legal here like they are in Oregon. so everybody's not, you know, yacked out of their mind basically. They might be, you know, drunk occasionally, but way different. It's just way different. And again, bless those folks. Do what you can to help them. Some of them honestly just need a little bit of a helping hand. They need a chance. So I stopped on the bridge just to shoot a quick clip of the lake for the opening of the video, and paused my watch, went to resume it, and when I tried to hit resume, the menu slid down to save, and I caught it, or I thought I did, brought it back up to resume, clicked it, and it dropped down to save again and then saved it. So now my run's gonna be broken up into 2 parts basically. Inga keeps telling me to put the auto stop on my watch, that way I don't have to keep, you know, starting and stopping it and stuff, but I never have good luck with that. So at this point I'm choosing not to, but I'm getting frustrated with the Garmin here, and I may have to try it. Had to stop for a second just to wipe the moisture off the front of my glasses. It was getting really bad enough that I couldn't see. All right, back to the run. I feel kind of dumb sitting here complaining about my, you know, several $100 GPS watch occasionally malfunctioning. I think it's been like a month and a half since that's actually happened, so it's not like it happens all the time. And here I am getting all frustrated and upset over it. Meanwhile, there's actually people who are, you know, homeless, living in tents by the water. They don't have a dry, warm place to go like I'm going to now. So I apologize for sounding like a little brat, basically. There's people with real problems out there. It's crazy, right down there. Probably won't be able to see them because they're pretty far out there, but there's about 5 turkeys, 5 large turkeys just hanging out in the grass down there. That is the same spot that I saw that one turkey on, I think it was in November. It was a while back, but I've never seen that many of them down there, so that's cool. All right, made it back home. So the second part of the run was 3.11 miles. The first part, it saved it at, I believe it was at 2.41, but I'm not sure. I haven't actually pulled up Strava to check yet. But roughly, it was about a 5.5 mile day total. Don't really know what the pace was because I wasn't paying attention on the first one. The pace on the second was right around 8:40, I believe. Let me see. 8:45 on the second, and I want to say it was about 8:40 on the first. So average will probably be like 8 minutes 43 seconds, something like that. So kind of sort of right where I wanted to be, maybe slightly faster than I wanted it to be. Of course, I guess I'll end up just putting both segments up along with the totals for today on the screen here so you can see both runs there. But yeah, it's a good run overall. Didn't really rain on us. It was just kind of like a little bit of moisture in the air, but no real rain, so that was good. I guess he wanted to be in the video. Anyway, I'm gonna go upstairs, drink some coffee, eat some oatmeal, get started with my day. Okay, so here's what we're eating post-run. We got a nice big bowl of oatmeal, some raisins in there, chopped up banana, a little bit of agave nectar on top. It's gonna be great. Okay, second meal of the day here. We got some soup that I whipped up in the Instant Pot. This is just like potato and vegetable soup basically. Has yellow potatoes, tomatoes, corn, carrots, celery, a little bit of onion, some garlic in there, some vegetable broth. Just a very simple soup. And then we got some just chopped up pickles and carrots here to snack on while we're waiting for our soup to cool down. Okay, it is indeed Tofu Tuesday, and our tofu has now been
drained of all of the liquid in there. I wrapped it in this towel, set a heavy object on top of it for about 30 minutes there, and so it should be good to go. Now we're going to be using this Lipton Recipe Secrets onion soup and dip mix. We're going to be combining this with our tofu, of course, and some potatoes, and we'll throw in some veggies in there as well. And then we're going to bake it in the oven for about 35 minutes. Okay, now we're not actually going to use this entire block of tofu. I'm going to use about half of it. Little more than half, not quite half, but a little over that. I'm going to cube it.
All right, we got our potatoes and our tofu all chopped up there, added in some carrots and some broccoli. And then we got our onion soup mix ready to go on the side here. And we're doing this oil free tonight, so I'm just using vegetable broth instead of the 1/3 of a cup of oil that it calls for. Normally I do half and half, but because we're trying to stick to our starch solution type of diet, I'm just doing full-on vegetable broth today. So I'm just gonna mix all this together. We're gonna heat it in the oven at 425 for about 35 to 40 minutes. Okay, here's how dinner came out. It actually looks like it came out just fine without using any oil. The potatoes are still nice and crispy, so is the tofu. The carrots look a little dry, but they were kind of dry to begin with. That's okay. We're going to put a little bit of sauce on those, some hot sauce. So yeah, looks like a great meal.